Satisfactory. Okay. So, I recorded a 40-minute video where I basically was breaking down this huge system and staring at a graph and pretending like I knew things, just so that I could end the video and then turn around and realize I was being stupid the whole time. So, we're going to do that again, but really quickly. And I'm going to show you how I fixed it. Okay. Big complex system of conveyors I made. Totally pointless. It took me way too long to catch on to the fact that these miners produce 30 per minute, and all of these other machines consume material at exactly 30 per minute. So all those big splitters and mergers, and that big complex system I made was pointless because all of this stuff feeds at the same rate. I thought that when we got down here to this stuff, which I will explain in a minute, that the production rate would change, but they consume material at exactly 30 per minute. So the big complex system I was going to make was pointless. I made a system where all of these machines pull from all of these bins, and these bins feed all of the machines, and it went like that all the way down the line. And basically, instead of creating a line where machines only turned on to replace the material that was used, I was creating a line that was creating a power graph that looked like this. Because one machine would turn on, and it would take a few pieces of material, and that would create a wave of shutters all the way down the line as machines turned on and off and on and off. We don't need that. I also found out that these are the biggest cause of fluctuations in the system. Because, unlike the other machines that will turn on and turn off very quickly as you take materials out of their hoppers, like you'll notice this one, its hopper is empty right now. But if it had 100 and I took one out, it would turn on really quickly, replace the one that was missing, and then turn back off. However, because these miners have a whole startup animation, they take a minute to turn on. So by the time they turn on, say this was full and had 100 ore in it, by the time it turns on, it would be down to like 96 instead of 99. So you have all of these like offset fluctuations because of the different machines turning on and turning off at different speeds. Don't need any of that, okay? Remember, the whole goal of this was I was trying to create... I'm trying to play the game. I don't know if I mentioned this in episode 2 or the episode that I just scrapped, but I'm trying to only use biomass fuel. I want to see how far I can get only using biomass. So, the whole point of this is to keep a system that operates on a very carefully controlled power grid. Because biomass isn't the most, it's not the punchiest of fuel sources. So, I did the exact opposite of what I wanted. And it took me about 40 minutes of blabbering about a graph to realize it. What we need... The thing is, I think my subconscious understood the assignment, but my active conscious didn't, okay? So, as long as we have these bins, these silos of material, between each stage, we will have a smooth graph. We don't need complex merging and splitting, because all of the stuff feeds at the same rate. So if something goes wrong on one station, the station is just going to continue pulling very smoothly from these bins. Okay, so now the breakdown of the system. We have the miners, and they feed these silos. And then, this was a lot more complicated a while ago, but from the silo, we pull into the smelter, which stores the iron ingots in these silos. And then the iron ingots are pulled onto the constructors. This one builds iron plates. This one builds iron rods. So now, each of these is pulling from 2 different bins. So the iron rods are pulling from this bin, and the iron sheets are pulling from this bin and this bin. So you'll notice the supplies are disappearing at different rates. But like I said, we don't actually need all of this intertwining. We only need it here, so that each of these stations has plenty to pull from. We have so much stock built up that we do not have to worry about producing at different rates, like I thought we did. And then we have our iron sheets feeding into this silo, iron rods feeding into this silo, and then we have a splitter that is splitting off some of these iron rods to produce screws. And then the screws are going into that top silo. And so with all of that, we are running this whole system on 20 megawatts. I also produced a copper line, which is doing exactly what this is doing, except because copper only has one line of progression. It goes ore, ingots, and then wire, and then cable, and that's it. We don't need several lines like we do for iron, where, you know, we have all of these different products that we're making. We only need one straight line for copper. And it stays steady, too. Like you'll see, this silo is full of copper, and we don't even have to be running any of the other machines down the line, because we just have so much stock, we don't have to worry about it. So we can run on very, very low power. And then once this is full of wire, we can fill this up with cable. So yeah, we are successfully producing with nothing but biofuel. Over here, I took the limestone quarry and I ran it through a constructor, which is feeding into this container. It's making concrete, so I have tons of concrete if I need it. I turned it off because it was going to take forever to fill this up, and I don't need that much concrete right now. So yeah. So I think the secret to really running this game with a limited power grid is just to run in a very steady way. So like this, I don't even need this to be on right now. We could turn that off. So now this is a much more stable system. That is weird. What's fluctuating like that? It's this thing. Ah. We're not feeding it enough rods. many screws do we have? Should be enough for anything that we need to do at the moment. So I think what I'll do is turn that off for now. Yeah, that's what was doing it. Again, the secret to running with a very limited power grid is keeping this graph as steady as possible. And it took me way too long last episode to realize how stupid I was being. Okay. That being said, I think it's time that we get Logistics Mark II now. Because I think we have more than enough. So we have, those are reinforced iron plates. So let's grab some extra plates and grab our screws. I am carrying a ton of iron ore because I picked up a bunch of it when I was rearranging these conveyor belts. So let's store that away where I can and free up some inventory space. Let's throw together some reinforced plates. Actually, before we do it that way, let's turn in what we've got first. That way we don't have to worry about having to run back because we were stupid. What am I doing? Crafting table right here. Okay. So we'll get Logistics Mark II, which will improve the speed of our conveyor belts. And then I think what we need to get next is an assembler so that we can start automating like things like reinforced iron plates and whatnot. I wish I hadn't prioritized Logistics Mark II.
Milestone reached. Fixit would like to remind you of your contractual obligation towards efficiency. Recreational use of belts and lifts does not count towards work hours and will put you on the list. Stay efficient, don't disappoint Fixit.
Now that I've done all that work over there, I'm realizing that my system is good, but truly the bottleneck is not the conveyor belts like I thought it would be. It's just the rate at which you can consume all of those materials in order to produce what you're trying to produce. So I apologize if there's a lot of stuff. I don't know, I can't remember how much of the stuff was here in episode 2. I changed a lot of stuff after realizing that in recording episode 3 I was being stupid. So this is like episode 3.5. So, transport up to 120 resources per minute. Used to move resources between floors. Yeah. So honestly, I don't even think we really need it. Because all of this stuff comes out of the miners and then runs through this whole production process at, like, basically a 1-to-1 ratio. The only place where things really get weird is right here, at the end. And by then we have all of this, like, cushion to fall back on, so it's like, it doesn't even really matter that much. Look, like, even with Mark 1 conveyors, they're at a standstill. No, okay, tell you what. Let's replace this and this with a Mark II. Oh, we need reinforced iron plates for that. I can't even use that yet. Yeah, so that was pointless. Great. Good job, Tim. Okay. Let's choose... Okay, base building. This is good. I have everything I need for this already. 100 rods. 100 iron sheets. 200 concrete. We'll split one of those. Just in time for the pod. So after base building, we should do field research.
Milestone reached. Several new structures are now available for improving factory organization. Foundations provide a building grid, which makes it easier to manage placement of any structure. In the event that you are experiencing amnesia for all events prior to planetfall, be reassured that memories of beloved humans and/or animals would have only been distractions from your important mission.
You know what, Ada? You're right. None of that is important in the face of efficiency. I do need 300 screws, which I do not have. So I will need to turn back on that production machine, which will add a bunch of fluctuations to my system. But, you know, where are you at? Okay. Put you there. Actually, I do need... let's take 1 stack of copper wire. Yeah. Nice. Actually, what I should do... I wanted to split the iron rods here, because I do need iron rods that are, like, unprocessed for some stuff. But splitting it here and putting the bolt machine, like, in parallel adds fluctuations to the system. So maybe it would be best if I added a silo. But I've already placed this. So I would immediately be breaking that rule of not moving things around once they're set. Can I add... Could I add a silo, like, right here somehow. I don't think I can without moving the machine. I think we just have to move it. I didn't want to. So I think I'll put... That's what I'll do. You there. Actually. If I'm gonna break the rules and move stuff, I might as well be professional about it. Hold on. Make sure it's lined up. And then... like that. And then like that. And then... can go up. That. There we go. So, I broke the rules, kinda. Not too bad. I did move a thing after I had it set. Well, I technically moved all of the conveyors over there after I had them set. But conveyors are whatever. Conveyors don't count. So, iron rods flow in, they get stored, and then this will feed a steady flow of iron rods to the screw machine, which will then store them in this silo. But, I need to let the iron rods build up for a while so that we can have a steady stream of, like, throughput. Because right now they're only getting about half of this machine's output. This puts out 15 per minute. This consumes 10 per minute. That's why it was causing all those fluctuations. Okay. That is much better. I'm just gonna have to live with the fluctuations for now, I guess, because I need 300 screws. No fluctuations yet, but it will. Yeah, it's already hit that point. It's consuming rods at 10 per minute, but this is putting out 15 per minute, and it's splitting in half, so that would be 7.5 per minute. So it's not even getting 10 per minute. Once it eats through those, it's going to fluctuate. That's fine, though. I can live with that. Cool. So now, once we unlock... have I unlocked it yet? Not yet. Once I unlock an assembler, I can link this container and this container to the assembler, and we can automate reinforced iron plates. Let's check on the copper line. Looks like it is doing all right. Okay, what is the power consumption at? 21.3 out of 40. But I only have 2 of my 3 generators turned on. I think we can support this to go ahead and start producing cable. Matter of fact, we could probably start, dealing with some of this copper ore as well. Yeah, we still got tons of it. As long as our machines are flowing steadily. Speaking of, let's top these guys off. Get some biofuel, sorry, so we can feed our chainsaw and go get more. Our capacity is 70, but we run so consistently that I don't have to worry about fluctuations most of the time. Now that the lines and silos are so empty, I can even run these guys. Yeah, we're fine. Alright. Let's gather some fuel. Stupid leaves everywhere. Tough tree. I'm pretty sure we're... Never mind, I'm dumb. Well, no, I think... Now that I think about it, I do think we are getting more coal. Huh. If we have coal, can we make steel? So what I was about to say is, I think we are technically getting more energy out of our biomass burner than we are putting into it. This is definitely not an equivalent exchange here, I don't think. So I think we are technically violating some laws of thermodynamics. But once again, I do not care. Do you really think that is a smart move? Okay. That should be quite enough fuel for a while. Oh, it's a thingy, mabob. Doodad guy. Hi. You're going in the box. Okay, yep. That one station has begun to fluctuate, like I said. But that's fine. It's a small fluctuation, and we can predict it, at least. Wire. Copper is flowing nicely. Cable. Nice. Okay. I'm gonna need 300 screws. Got it. And then plates. Done. Out of curiosity, what do I need for the space elevator? I have probably all of that at this point. But I don't want to build the space elevator yet.
Milestone reached. Supply the molecular analysis machine, referred to as the MAM, with local resources to research and develop new technologies. Potential technologies include exploration tools, weapons, and factory buildings. These are essential for maximizing your Pioneer efficiency and alignment with Fixit's core pillars: construct, automate, explore, and exploit. To advance Fixit's mission, all notable phenomena, resources, technology, or other influence should be investigated regardless of any perceived danger, as stated in the Pioneer contract.
Did you say weapons? Alright. I mean, say less, right? I need... How many? I only needed 5 for the MAM, right? 5 plates. Should be able to build it now. Haha. Does this need power, I wonder? Put it over here. Well, maybe we should build a foundation for it. And then... Oh, nice. It, like, auto snaps to the thing and words and such. There we go. Configure MAM. Alien megafauna. Rewards alien protein. Analysis. Analysis of hog research completed. Please choose a new node in a tree to begin a new analysis.
The remains researched belong to an organism now dubbed the fluffy-tailed hog. It has many characteristics that would likely classify it among the Suidae family were it native to Earth. Hog remains can now be made into alien protein, and additional research may reveal options for improving Pioneer safety during exploration.
Cool. Structural analysis. Alien DNA capsule. What is this? I need 2 alien protein, 20 barrel nuts, 50 rotors. Oh, a lot of stuff. Alien technology. Oh, I have one of those. I found one on the ground between episodes. was like an alien orb thingy that was just like on the ground, and I touched it, even though I probably shouldn't have. Analysis of Mercer Sphere and analysis of Mercer Sphere. Analysis completed. Please choose a new node in the tree to begin a new analysis. Okay, that was hard to read.
Mercer sphere analysis completed. Established local planetary signature of massage 2, AB, B, in the local Mercer sphere signals, allowing them to be tracked by the object scanner. Mercer spheres can also transmit data between specific.
Witness our scripture, witness our windows. Have you come to defile our shrine? Sing us on.
Arguing the existence of intelligent alien
What the
life.
hell?
While Fixit has figured out the method, all of the original data is still
That actually
untranslatable.
scared me. I was not expecting that. I am glad I did not have my webcam on just then. I gave my computer a face. Analysis of barrel nut completed.
This fruit, dubbed the barrel nut after its distinctive color, is compatible with the human digestive system and has been added to the object scanner. Further research is available.
Oh, wait. Can I... You said you added it to the object scanner. Why can't I scan for it? Let's see if we can do anything with this stuff. Sir. Private property. Oh, I can't chainsaw him? Get out. Power slugs. Start research.
This semi-slug, now dubbed power slug, is early in its life cycle and has retained only part of its potential energy storage capacity, giving it its blue color. Power slugs are capable of extracting latent energy from their surroundings, including through a form of photosynthesis, and preserve it in their porous semi-crystalline shell over their lifetime. This explains why they rarely move after having found a suitable location.
Interesting.
This fruit, dubbed the paleberry due to its tendency to stay light in color even when ripe, is compatible with the human digestive system and has been added to the object scanner. Further research is available.
I have not found any mushrooms yet. That is unfortunate. Rewards power shard. Is that like a thing I can make? Ah. What'd it do though? Constructor crafting bench. Power slug mucus compressed into solid crystal-like shard. It radiates a strange power. Alien protein! Okay. I think I have enough to do this. Overclocking.
Overclocking development completed. Power shards can now be inserted into all buildings to increase input and output speed. Underclocking is also possible. Note: power consumption of overclocked buildings increases exponentially.
Okay. Interesting. Let's see if I can get this. Bioorganic properties.
Research completed. Alien protein can now be turned into biomass or alien DNA capsules. In addition to being used for research, the invaluable alien lifeform data in these capsules can be traded for Fix-It coupons at the Awesome Sink. We guarantee the best capsule to coupon exchange rate anywhere on this planet.
Okay. Plus 6 inventory slots. I'll take that. I need 1,000 cable, though. Well, cool. We have this now. What else is there? Space elevator, hub, crafting workbench. We also have ramps, which I feel like... Sir. Sir. You are in the way. Whoops. Nice. Oh, and I can make storage now. I need iron rods. It's fine. I don't quite need that yet. Do I need a lookout tower? Not right now. Okay. What's next? Cables, rods, screws, and plates. So just all the things. There's 200 cable. Do I need 200 rods? 500 screws. We're a little behind. A little behind on the screws, but that's okay. And then 300 plates. The plates I definitely have. Honestly, I should probably just turn you off. Ooh. That is what I'm talking about, game devs. Let's go. That is exactly what I was looking for. See all that bull crap? Okay. We go down to 30. Bam. Matter of fact, if we go down to 20, we can start building up a stock in this container. You consume at 30, but you consume at 15. So if I want to overclock this one... Oh no, I shouldn't need to. That's fine. What is this, though? Okay, so you consume 60 wires per minute. You produce 30 wires per minute. So our wire bucket is empty. So if I go down to 15, whoop, go down to 15 per minute. That brings this down to 30, which is exactly what this produces. And this to 30. So this is full. This takes 15. So if we can lower this down to 50-ish%. Check our power grid real quick. Boom. If I put this in here, just to see. Targets 45 per minute. Is that temporary? Or like, can I remove it? Let's go down to 50. And let's use it on... Yeah, these conveyor belts are empty. Let's see. If I put you here and turn on. Is it temporary? It's probably a huge power spike. Yeah. Let me look this up real quick. Satisfactory power shards. Yeah, I don't think they are consumed. I think they're just a permanent power thingy that I can put in the machines. Well, cool. That is good to have and good to know. More importantly, though, is I can keep my power grid very stable now. Okay, cool. Well, this was a good episode. We got a lot done and figured a lot out. So, thanks everybody so much for watching. I hope you guys are having fun with this, even though it's really just a lot of me running around and realizing how dumb I am. But, I mean, what's new? So, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.